7 tough pieces of advice for the elderly. As we grow older, life brings clarity, but also challenges that demand our inner strength. Many of us have devoted our lives to others, shouldered responsibilities, and endured hardships without complaint. But in these later years, it's time to face certain truths, ones that can be difficult yet profoundly liberating. These are truths about self-worth, boundaries, and the peace we all deserve. By embracing these 7 pieces of tough advice, you can reclaim your sense of self, find emotional peace, and create space for genuine happiness. Whether you've struggled with relationships, sacrificed without recognition, or feared change, each insight shared here has the power to transform how you experience these years. Join us as we explore these lessons together, and if you find value in our message, don't forget to subscribe. By supporting our channel, you help us bring more empowering content to guide you on this journey to a fulfilling life. 1. Recognize those who come only when you're weak. As we grow older, our experiences with others often reveal hard truths about relationships. One of the most painful realities is discovering that certain people only appear when we're at our lowest, showing up during times of vulnerability, but disappearing when life starts looking up. These individuals can feel like friends or family who care, but their behavior suggests otherwise. They're drawn to our moments of weakness, and when we regain strength or find stability, they seem to vanish as quickly as they came. Recognizing this pattern is difficult, especially for those of us who value connection deeply, but it's essential to protect our well-being. This dynamic is common because in times of need, we become more open and perhaps less discerning. Our longing for companionship, reassurance, or simply a listening ear can make us more likely to trust others, sometimes without considering their intentions. Some people take advantage of this openness, not because they want to support us, but because they find comfort in knowing they have a certain control or influence over us when we're vulnerable. For them, it's an opportunity to feel needed, and they may not stick around when we no longer require that kind of help. Developing discernment becomes crucial in recognizing these patterns. It's not about becoming overly guarded or skeptical, but about setting boundaries that protect your emotional health. Consider how certain people behave when you're in different states. Are they only available when you're struggling? Do they seem distant or unavailable when things are going well? By noticing these patterns, you can begin to make choices that safeguard your peace. It's okay to be selective with whom you allow close, especially if a relationship repeatedly leaves you feeling drained or unsupported. Setting boundaries can be a powerful act of self-respect. Once you identify those who appear only in times of need, you can start to distance yourself from their influence. This doesn't mean shutting people out. It's about choosing to engage with those who are genuinely supportive and consistent, rather than those who only benefit from your vulnerabilities. Boundaries might look like limiting how much you share with certain people, spending less time with them, or even finding healthier outlets for companionship, like community groups, hobbies, or friendships built on mutual respect and understanding. Guarding your well-being in this way allows you to cultivate more fulfilling relationships and experience genuine support. You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up consistently, not just when it's convenient for them. By setting these boundaries, you reclaim control over your emotional health, ensuring that the relationships in your life bring true comfort, connection, and positivity. This way, you free yourself from the cycles of manipulation and find the peace that comes with knowing the people around you are there for the right reasons. In these later years, focus on relationships that offer you true companionship and support. Embrace the power of discernment and boundaries, knowing that your well-being is worth every step taken to protect it. 2. Stop living to please others. Many seniors have spent a lifetime putting others first. You may have devoted countless hours to raising children, supporting a spouse, or helping friends and family without a second thought. It's natural. Caring deeply for others is woven into the fabric of who you are. However, as the years go by, the constant pressure to please everyone can start to weigh heavily, leaving you feeling drained, unappreciated, and maybe even questioning your own value. It's easy to fall into the habit of defining yourself by what you do for others. But in these later years, it's crucial to recognize that your happiness and well-being matter just as much as anyone else's. Think about all the sacrifices you've made, the times you put aside your own dreams, ignored your personal needs, and went above and beyond to ensure everyone else was content. While your love and dedication are admirable, living solely to meet others' expectations can lead to exhaustion and even resentment. Over time, constantly setting aside your own desires for the sake of others can drain the joy out of life and leave you feeling as though something is missing. This isn't selfishness. It's a recognition that a fulfilling life requires balance, with room for your own dreams, passions, and peace of mind. As we age, it becomes more important than ever to reclaim a sense of self. Now is the time to shift focus back onto your own happiness without guilt or hesitation. It's not about turning away from loved ones or neglecting family. It's about acknowledging that you deserve to prioritize yourself too. Personal happiness isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And at this stage of life, that might mean rediscovering what brings you joy, reconnecting with hobbies, or simply taking time to rest without feeling obligated to meet everyone else's needs. Understand that others may continue to look to you for support, but it's okay to set boundaries. Just because family and friends have relied on you in the past doesn't mean you have to say yes to everything now. By putting yourself first, you're setting an example that self-respect and self-care are essential, regardless of age. Remember, the people who truly care about you will understand and respect your need for balance. In fact, many will likely admire your courage to reclaim your independence and honor your own needs. This is a time to focus on the things you may have set aside for too long. You may have dreams that were delayed or aspirations that were once overshadowed by obligations. Don't be afraid to pursue them now. Your worth is not measured by how much you give, but by the value you see within yourself. Prioritizing your happiness is not only an act of self-respect, it's a way to live fully, to embrace each day as your own, and to find joy in this chapter of your life. The journey to self-fulfillment can begin with small steps, such as saying no without guilt or allowing yourself to indulge in the things you truly love. Take this time to honor the person you've always been, and remember, you've given so much to others. Now it's your turn. Embrace this chance to live on your terms, rediscover your worth, and make these years the most fulfilling yet. 3. Set boundaries with toxic family members. Family relationships can be a source of profound love and support, but they can also present unique challenges, especially when certain family members bring negativity or drain your energy. Society often tells us that family is everything, that we should endure and forgive endlessly to keep the peace. But as you grow older, prioritizing your mental and emotional health becomes essential. Distancing yourself from toxic family members, even if it feels difficult, is sometimes necessary for your own well-being. Recognizing toxicity in family relationships can be painful. You may feel a sense of duty to those you've known your whole life, whether it's a child, a sibling, or a spouse. Yet just because someone is family doesn't mean you're obligated to bear their negativity or sacrifice your peace to maintain the relationship. True family support should uplift you, not tear you down. It's crucial to remember that setting boundaries doesn't mean you love them any less. It means you're respecting yourself enough to protect your mental health. Setting boundaries with toxic family members requires courage and clarity. The first step is acknowledging the impact their behavior has on you. Does their presence leave you feeling exhausted, unappreciated, or anxious? If so, it may be time to make a change. Boundaries can be simple, yet effective tools to maintain your well-being. For example, consider limiting your interactions to settings where you feel most comfortable. Whether that means keeping conversations brief, avoiding certain topics, or choosing to see them only in group settings. Communicating these boundaries respectfully and directly can help clarify your intentions without creating additional conflict. You don't have to justify your decision in great detail. A simple statement like, "I need to take time for myself," or "I'm focusing on my well-being," can be enough. By being clear about your needs, you establish a foundation of respect, which is essential for healthy relationships. Remember, you have the right to distance yourself from any relationship that consistently brings harm or negativity into your life. It's not your responsibility to carry the emotional weight of others, especially if it comes at the cost of your peace. You've spent years nurturing and caring for those around you, but now is the time to care for yourself. Your happiness and mental health are invaluable, and protecting them is an act of self-respect that should never be compromised. Creating these boundaries allows you to enjoy the relationships that truly bring you joy and fulfillment, free from guilt or obligation. This isn't about abandoning family. It's about finding balance and ensuring that your remaining years are spent in peace and positivity. By prioritizing your well-being, you make space for a life filled with genuine connection, comfort, and happiness. 4. Let go of expecting recognition for your sacrifices. Throughout life, many seniors have poured their hearts and energy into the well-being of their loved ones, children, partners, friends. Years of sacrifices, small and large, were made without a second thought, with the quiet hope that, perhaps one day, they would be acknowledged. This desire for recognition is deeply human. It's natural to wish that the efforts, time, and love you've given would be valued. But as we age, waiting for this validation can become a burden, especially when it doesn't come in the way we hoped. Expecting others to recognize our sacrifices can lead to feelings of disappointment, even resentment. When appreciation remains unspoken, it can make us feel invisible or unappreciated. But here's an important truth. The value of what you've given isn't diminished simply because others haven't acknowledged it. Your sacrifices, kindness, and love hold worth because they came from a place of selflessness and care. The impact of these actions is real, even if the gratitude isn't always openly expressed. Letting go of the need for external validation is an act of liberation. When you shift the focus from others' approval to your own understanding of self-worth, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of unmet expectations. This isn't about giving up on relationships or distancing yourself from family. Rather, it's about finding peace within yourself and recognizing the worth of your actions without needing confirmation from others. You have the power to appreciate your own journey, knowing the strength, love, and resilience it took to get here. To truly find fulfillment, try to reflect on the impact you've made. Think about the times you were there for a loved one in need or supported someone through difficult moments. The fulfillment comes from knowing that you acted out of love, compassion, and responsibility. By focusing on these intrinsic values, you can release the weight of unspoken expectations. Consider this a shift from seeking external appreciation to cultivating internal peace. By letting go of the need for recognition, you allow yourself to experience a deeper sense of self-worth and contentment. Your life is a testament to resilience and generosity, and those qualities are yours to celebrate, regardless of others' responses. In this stage of life, it's time to place your well-being first. Embrace the quiet satisfaction that comes from within, and remind yourself that your sacrifices hold immense value, even if they go unrecognized. This shift doesn't take away from the love you feel for others. Instead, it enhances your inner strength, freeing you to live with a peace that is no longer dependent on anyone else's acknowledgement. 5. Release the idea that age is a barrier to change. It's common to hear that age is a barrier to change, that certain doors close as we grow older, and that some opportunities simply aren't meant for us anymore. But this mindset can be more limiting than age itself. The truth is, as long as you're alive, you have the potential to grow, to learn, and to experience life in new, fulfilling ways. Age is not a roadblock. In fact, it's a gift that comes with a wealth of perspective, wisdom, and resilience that younger people often lack. Imagine the possibilities if you chose to see age as a foundation rather than a limit. This phase of life can be the perfect time to revisit old passions, explore new hobbies, or even learn skills you've always been curious about. Always wanted to paint, write, play an instrument, or start gardening? Now is as good a time as any to dive in. These pursuits can bring fresh purpose and joy, enriching your life in ways you may not have anticipated. Embracing change doesn't mean abandoning everything you know, it simply means allowing yourself to adapt and grow. Change can be as subtle as rethinking your daily routines, finding healthier ways to care for your body, or nurturing relationships that uplift and inspire you. Personal growth is not about big transformations. It's about small, meaningful steps that renew your spirit and expand your world. Think of each day as an opportunity. Rather than seeing age as a limit, let it be the reason you pursue new experiences with courage and an open heart. Every stage of life has unique challenges and rewards, and this stage is no exception. Change may feel uncomfortable, especially when you've spent many years in familiar routines, but remember, growth is not bound by time. Every new experience, no matter how small, has the power to bring new joy and depth to your life. Letting go of the idea that age holds you back opens doors to a richer, more fulfilling existence. It's about stepping forward, knowing that age is a part of who you are, not a limit to what you can do. Embrace this chapter as a time of renewal and self-discovery. Allow yourself the freedom to keep evolving, to pursue joy, and to live fully, because you are never too old to grow. 6. Avoid getting stuck in the past. It's natural to look back on the past, especially as we age. Those memories, filled with cherished people and significant moments, are part of who we are. However, there's a difference between honoring the past and living within it. Dwelling excessively on what once was can prevent us from fully embracing the present and limit our ability to enjoy the life that still lies ahead. Nostalgia, while comforting, can sometimes become a prison, making us believe that our best years are behind us, when in truth, every day offers new possibilities. By shifting your focus from the past to the present, you open yourself up to fresh experiences and the potential for new joy. Imagine the freedom of living in the now, finding happiness in today's moments, rather than comparing them to memories. This doesn't mean abandoning the past. Rather, it's about creating space to savor the experiences available to you now. Perhaps there are new friendships waiting to be formed, passions you've yet to explore, or simple pleasures like spending time in nature or discovering a new favorite book. Embracing the present means allowing yourself to make new memories that add richness to your life. It's about understanding that life doesn't have to slow down just because years have passed. True, some physical abilities may change, and familiar faces may no longer be present, but that doesn't diminish the opportunities for laughter, connection, and fulfillment. Living in the present means choosing to focus on what you can control and find joy in the life you're living now. Letting go of the past doesn't erase its value, rather, it allows you to carry it forward in a balanced way. The freedom of releasing an over-attachment to past experiences can be empowering, giving you space to adapt and grow. By cherishing the present, you honor the life you have now and create room for new memories and joys to emerge. Remember, the past shaped you, but it doesn't have to define your future. This stage of life is a chance to live fully in the present, open to all it has to offer. Embrace each day with a spirit of curiosity, a willingness to engage with what's right in front of you, and a heart ready to experience new joys. 7. Find balance in sources of comfort. As we age, it's natural to seek comfort in familiar routines and simple pleasures, but it's also important to avoid relying too heavily on any single source of solace. Whether it's indulging in certain habits, watching television, or even spending too much time alone, these activities may provide temporary relief, but can sometimes lead to isolation or feelings of emptiness. Emotional well-being thrives on balance, and true fulfillment often comes from a variety of meaningful experiences and connections that nourish the soul. Imagine how much richer life can feel when you open yourself up to diverse sources of joy. Spending time with friends, engaging in a creative hobby, or taking quiet walks in nature can all bring a sense of peace and purpose. Each experience in its own way fulfills a different part of who you are, bringing a balance that a single activity might not provide. Social connections, for example, offer companionship and understanding, while hobbies may bring a sense of achievement and creative expression. Building a balanced life that includes both companionship and individual pursuits not only prevents reliance on escapism, but also creates a sense of emotional resilience. By spreading your comfort among several sources, you give yourself the freedom to adapt and find joy in different areas of life, enriching your daily experiences. Let this stage be a time of balance, a blend of quiet moments, cherished relationships, and engaging activities. By finding comfort in varied experiences, you're not only enhancing your own happiness, but also nurturing a more sustainable and fulfilling sense of well-being. Embracing your years with peace and purpose. As we reach the later stages of life, the journey toward peace and fulfillment becomes clearer and more purposeful. These pieces of advice are here to remind you of the wisdom you already carry and the strength you have to live your remaining years with dignity, joy, and self-respect. Embracing boundaries, valuing your own happiness, letting go of the past, and opening yourself to new experiences. All of these choices bring a renewed sense of freedom and clarity. This is your time to shape life on your own terms, nurturing the peace you've earned. If this message resonates with you, consider subscribing to our channel. By joining us, you'll stay connected to insights and advice designed to uplift and empower you on this journey. Your support means the world to us, and together we can continue creating content that celebrates and enriches life at every stage.